welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the basics of Invisalign. This video is for anybody who might be considering Invisalign treatment as an alternative to traditional braces and looking for more information, or just looking for the perspective of somebody actually going through the treatment themselves. Before we jump into today's video, I just want to put a quick disclaimer out there. I am not an orthodontist or dentist. I don't have any sort of formal training. I am just somebody who is going through the process myself, and I thought I could share my personal experiences and research with anybody who might also be considering Invisalign. So don't come for me if I say anything incorrect, but feel free to correct me down in the comments below. I would definitely appreciate it, and I won't be offended at all. And I will make sure to leave timestamps in the description box below or somewhere here in the video, just so that you guys can jump right to the information that you're interested in. That being said, let's get right into it. Alright, so I guess a good place to start this video would be just talking about some of the misconceptions that I had about Invisalign before starting treatment myself. Before I started Invisalign, I really had no idea how it worked whatsoever. I was actually able to get a better understanding of what Invisalign was and how it worked through videos from other creators here on YouTube, as well as just research online in general. Not a word of a lie though, before I started Invisalign treatment, I actually thought that how it worked was you get one set of trays that somehow moves your teeth gradually over time. I thought maybe there was some sort of technology in the trays that would after a certain amount of time put force or pressure on certain teeth. I don't know. Now, as cool and high tech as that would be, that is not at all how Invisalign actually works. Like many other clear aligner orthodontic systems, Invisalign works by using a number of clear 3D printed trays that are specifically molded to fit your teeth. Each set of trays has slight changes compared to the last one, and over time they'll gradually shift your teeth into that ideal position. These trays are made of a clear plastic or acrylic material, and you'll actually have to switch these trays out every 1 to 2 weeks depending on the specific direction from your orthodontist. When you start Invisalign treatment, you'll actually receive either a few or all of your Invisalign trays, and basically they come in little pouches that look like this, and those are the sets of aligners there. Depending on the treatment, I think usually you do have to have a top and a bottom aligner for each step along the way, but I do know that some people, for me for instance, my top teeth are a lot straighter than my bottoms, so there will be a point before my treatment ends where they're not shifting my top teeth anymore, but I'm still switching the tray just for hygienic reasons. Another misconception that I had before starting Invisalign was that the treatment would take a really, really long time, or at least longer than traditional metal braces would. For reference, my total treatment time is projected to be about 17 months, so approximately a year and a half. Before going in for my consultation and actually getting that time frame, I for some reason was under the impression that I would be in braces for at least 3 years. And honestly, I couldn't say why. A lot of people have the misconception that Invisalign takes longer to get you from point A to point B than traditional braces. However, from my research and in my opinion, that's not the case at all. If anything, Invisalign could actually work more quickly than traditional braces. The reason I say that is because with traditional braces, you have, the metal brackets and wires attached to your teeth, and you go in for regular appointments at your orthodontic office where they'll tighten the wires to shift your teeth gradually over time. With Invisalign, from day one, the start of your treatment, everything is already pre-planned and pre-timed out, essentially. So when they give you that projected treatment time, you can be pretty confident that when they predict your treatment to be finished, that is in fact when it will be finished. And the only exception to that would be if at the end of your treatment things aren't exactly the way that they're supposed to be, or say you're not completely compliant with wearing your trays the way you're supposed to or as much as you're supposed to. In those cases, it is possible that you may have to get an extension at the end of your treatment term. However, I do still believe that the time projection given with Invisalign is more accurate than with traditional braces, just because with the brackets and wires and tightening, it's all just based on how your teeth happen to move over time, whereas with Invisalign, there isn't really a lot of potential for your teeth to move in ways that they aren't supposed to when you're wearing trays that are molded to your teeth. Another misconception that I had was that Invisalign trays would be extremely uncomfortable, which honestly couldn't be further from the truth. If you've ever used teeth whitening trays, even the ones that are molded to your teeth, they're really big and bulky ugly, and honestly, good luck trying to form coherent words or talking with them in. And I assumed that was pretty much what having Invisalign was going to be like. Within about a week, however, of having my Invisalign, I could barely even notice when I had them in. It even got to a point where it was sort of so far in my subconscious that I would start eating or drinking something before realizing, oh, I have to take my Invisalign out. So aside from the odd sharp edge, you're really not even going to notice your trays once you get past that first couple of days or weeks and you're more accustomed to wearing the trays. So at this point, you might be wondering who Invisalign is for. Much like traditional metal braces, Invisalign is able to treat a really wide age range of patients, anywhere from, children to older adults. Now, that being said, in my personal opinion, I would say Invisalign is more for teenagers and adults, and I'll explain why. Because of how much sort of control the patient has over their Invisalign treatment, I believe that Invisalign is more for people who are self-disciplined and responsible and able to keep up the consistency that's required for this type of treatment. With Invisalign, you have the power to take out your trays whenever you feel like it, and that's a level of power that can definitely be abused. With traditional metal braces, those brackets are cemented to your teeth. Even if you wanted to have them removed, you would have to go into your orthodontic office. With Invisalign, you can take them out whenever you want. This flexibility is actually one of the biggest selling points of Invisalign. You can decide where, when, and how often you wear your Invisalign trays, and for teenagers and adults, you have the ability to take those trays out when you're going to a special event like a wedding or graduation. That being said, Invisalign is really low profile and inconspicuous, and honestly, people aren't really able to tell at all that I'm wearing Invisalign, so I don't even feel the need to take my aligners out if I am going to some sort of event or function. I think it's also a really great alternative for teens. As we all know, being a teenager is synonymous with self-consciousness, and Invisalign is very, very discreet. You also don't need as many follow-up appointments with Invisalign. I believe you're supposed to go in every 6 to 8 weeks for a checkup, but basically they're just looking to make sure that your teeth are sitting in the aligners properly and there isn't any sort of movement that is outside the realm of what's supposed to be happening. With traditional braces, you're actually going to have to go in more frequently because they're going to have to tighten your braces to make sure that your teeth get, that force that they need to be pulled in the right direction. With Invisalign, your trays are acting basically like those tightening appointments where each tray is moving your teeth regardless of whether you go into the orthodontic office or not. And that also allows for just an added level of flexibility for people who might have busier schedules with work or school or whatever it might be. It's good to know that you're not going to have to make as much of a time investment when you are looking to straighten your teeth with Invisalign. And this isn't meant to say that Invisalign wouldn't be a good fit for some younger people. That being said, there is a certain level of responsibility and self-discipline that comes with Invisalign where you're going to need to keep on top of regularly cleaning and maintaining your trays, changing them when you should, wearing them for that prescribed amount of time each day. So if you feel that that is something that your child would be able to keep on top of, there really isn't any reason that Invisalign wouldn't be a good fit for them. Concerns are only going to arise with Invisalign when there are issues of non-compliance or lack of proper care. Honestly, even some grown adults wouldn't be great candidates for Invisalign for these same reasons. At the end of the day, compliance and consistency are key. Due to advancements in technology and years of experience, Invisalign has been able to treat more cases than ever before. They've been able to do so by fine-tuning their technology and hardware. As a result, they've been able to treat a far broader spectrum of cases than they were even a few years ago. By adding things like attachments, hooks, and elastics, they're now able to execute larger scale rotations and shifts, as well as moving molars and fixing bite and jaw alignment issues. On Invisalign's website, they highlight a number of different areas that they are able to address with this type of treatment. Some of these areas include over and under bite, cross bite, open bite, gaps and spacing, crowding, and just an overall straightening of the teeth. From what I've seen, there really isn't much that Invisalign can't fix. That being said, not everyone's going to be a candidate for this type of treatment, and the only place that really would be able to provide you proper direction and a definite answer about whether or not you would be an ideal candidate would be your orthodontic office. So I would definitely suggest reaching out and setting up an appointment for a consultation. At least where I live, consultations are completely free and there is no obligation to go through with treatment after the initial consultation. There's usually a separate appointment once you have decided to go through with treatment where they will actually go in and take the scans to send them off to Invisalign and start the process of creating your treatment plan and making your trays. Your orthodontist can provide you with the most accurate information regarding your candidacy and answer some of the more technical or financial questions that you might have. As far as the range of different cases that Invisalign is able to treat, I'm actually going to link some of the videos that I watched while I was researching Invisalign, just to show you guys some of the insane transformations that Invisalign has been able to carry out. So just how long is it going to take for you to achieve your ideal smile? Unfortunately, there isn't one straight answer that I can give you about this one. Your treatment length is going to be based on your teeth, the specific concerns that you're looking to have addressed, as well as any additional concerns that your orthodontist might point out to you after your consultation. That being said, from my research, watching YouTube videos, reading blogs and forums, etc., it seems that the average length of treatment for Invisalign is between 6 and 18 months. Obviously, if you're just trying to fix some minor imperfections, your treatment length is going to be closer to the 6-month or less end of the spectrum, whereas if there are more severe conditions that you're trying to address, such as jaw alignment or bite issues, then you'll probably be looking at 18 months or more. One thing to keep in mind when it comes to treatment length is that a lot of patients actually require an extension at the end of their initial treatment course called a refinement stage. This refinement stage consists of a number of additional trays at the end of your treatment that are meant to just iron out any final kinks or sort of fine-tune and tweak your smile. The end goal here is just to make sure that both you and your orthodontist are happy with the final results. Based on what I've seen, refinements are not uncommon at all, even in some other clear aligner orthodontic systems. So don't assume that your initial projection for how long your treatment is going to take is the be-all and end-all. For the most part, the refinement stage is a lot shorter than your initial treatment course. However, it can be the same length or even longer, just depending on, again, patient compliance and how your teeth are moving throughout your treatment. With that, another thing to keep in mind is that Invisalign is heavily reliant on patient compliance. Your orthodontist will make it painfully clear to you that you need to be wearing your trays for 22 hours a day, every single day. This may seem pretty daunting at first, especially if you're anything like me and you love snacking all the time. Trust me though, it does become second nature in no time, and that's coming from somebody who loves to eat. Anyway, getting back to the point, if you're not taking things seriously, you're not wearing your aligners for the correct amount of time each day, and you're not wearing your elastics, don't be surprised when you are required to have additional time tacked on to the end of your treatment. Going back to my last point about who Invisalign is for, this is why I'd say it's better suited for people who are more self-disciplined and responsible. One last thing when it comes to treatment time is that keeping on top of brushing and flossing will actually keep you on track. If there is any sort of buildup on your teeth, it could cause your aligners not to sit or grip properly to the attachments. If that happens, then your aligners are not going to be shifting your teeth as efficiently as they should be. So when you get up for that late night snack at 3 a.m., don't be lazy, brush, floss, and clean your aligners. Going hand in hand with this point is that you also have a certain level of control about when your treatment is over. If you reach the end of your treatment and that one tooth just isn't sitting the way you think it should be, then you have the ability to sit down with your orthodontist and work out a plan to continue treatment to get your teeth to where you want them to be. After all, you are paying thousands of dollars for Invisalign, so you should be completely satisfied with the end result. That being said, there are certain situations where those minor adjustments just might not be possible. At the very least though, your orthodontist should be able to sit down with you and reason through the situation and at the very least put your mind at ease. In terms of cost, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this one in this video just because I do have an entire video just about how much I paid for Invisalign. I will try to link it either above or below below, so you guys can definitely check it out if you're interested. For the most part, it seems like people get quotes in the $3,000 to $7,000 range for Invisalign. That being said, prices can and will fall above or below that range based on individual needs. I've personally heard of people paying just over $1,000, whereas others pay well over $9,000. The only real way to know how much your treatment is going to cost is, again, going in for a free consultation. Invisalign is an investment, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's not cheap. When it comes to your smile and teeth, however, which you only have one set of, I believe it's better to make that investment into a well-established company with decades of experience. Invisalign right now is boasting over 8 million cases treated, and they stand by their work. Personally, I am not for direct-to-consumer orthodontics. I just think that there are too many unknowns, too much potential for damage, and a lot of those companies are not standing behind the product that they offer. I'm not going to go too much into that in today's video. However, if you guys are interested in a video like me comparing Invisalign and Smile Direct Club, definitely let me know in the comments. I would be interested in doing the research to bring you guys the facts. Anyway, as far as how much I paid for Invisalign, my total treatment cost was $6,680 Canadian. There are a lot of different factors that are going to affect how much Invisalign costs for you specifically, but the biggest factors are your teeth and the issues that you're looking to have addressed. More complex cases are going to take longer to treat, and as a result, they are going to cost more. One more important thing that I forgot to mention in my Invisalign cost video is that the patient's age will actually, in most cases, affect how much Invisalign treatment is going to cost. And I'll explain why. The fact of the matter is, the younger you are, the easier it'll be to move your teeth. In teens, for instance, their teeth are still shifting, whereas the teeth of adults have basically already taken their final position. With younger people, it'll take less force and less time to guide teeth into the correct position. With adults, however, things get a little bit more tricky. Although your teeth are still definitely moving into adulthood, otherwise adult orthodontics would not exist, it will take more time and effort because your teeth have essentially already taken their final position. So expect treatment to cost more the older you are. And going hand in hand with that, if you are considering orthodontic treatment for yourself or your child, I would definitely suggest getting on that sooner rather than later for the same reason. The last thing I'm going to address in today's video is finding an Invisalign certified orthodontist in your area. And Invisalign makes this really easy. There is an entire section on their website where you can put in your postal code and they will bring up orthodontic offices in your area that offer Invisalign. Not all dental offices offer Invisalign, so it's really important to make sure that if you are considering a certain dental office, they are actually Invisalign certified. Also, in my opinion, not all dental offices that offer Invisalign should offer it. I have personally watched some videos on YouTube where patients will document, their consultation or their progress throughout their Invisalign treatment. And I saw one girl who even had her orthodontist on video telling her that it's okay to eat with her aligners in. Now, that's like rule number one. That's like the only rule other than the 22-hour wear time is that you're supposed to take your aligners out when you eat. So I think it's just so important to make sure that you are going with a well-trained and knowledgeable orthodontist who you can trust. So on the Invisalign website, they actually have an entire area where you're able to not only find Invisalign providers near you, but you can also see their rating. The rating system is based on the orthodontist's overall experience level working with or facilitating Invisalign, and there are 6 different levels. From lowest to highest, they are bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and VIP. There's also this plus parameter that will differentiate between orthodontists that are rated in the same tier. So again, that like gold, silver, platinum. 2 orthodontists within the same tier, one can be just a diamond and then another can be diamond plus. And the plus just indicates that they have a greater level of experience facilitating Invisalign treatment than their counterparts in the same tier. As the website states, doctors who have achieved VIP status are valued Invisalign providers and likely have years of experience. This played a major role for me when I was selecting my orthodontist. The office I went with is VIP Diamond Plus certified, so I know I'm in good hands. The level of expertise really shows in every single interaction that I've had with the amazing team over at Davis, and I'm so happy to have found such an amazing office in a really convenient location for me. Okay, so we have covered a whole lot of ground today. I hope you guys found some of the information in this video helpful, so I think I'll end it here. As always, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will get to them as soon as I can. If there is anything that I've missed and you guys would like to add from personal experience with Invisalign, definitely leave it in the comments. I love to hear your experiences, and I'm sure other people watching this video would really appreciate that different perspective. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your continued love and support. This past weekend, I actually hit 50 subscribers, and that might not seem like a lot to some of you, but for me, it's just really amazing to see this little platform that I have grow and to see how many people are just interested in what I have to say and my experiences. It means so much to me, you guys. Shout out to everybody who has liked, commented, or subscribed in the last little while, to all of my new subscribers, as well as the people who have been here supporting me for a couple of months now. You guys are amazing. I do actually plan on branching out a little bit and making some different videos here on my channel, but don't worry, I still have a really long way to go with my Invisalign treatment, and I will always have new content for those of you who subscribed for my Invisalign content specifically. But as you've probably seen with some of my recent uploads, I have done like a more lifestyle video and a video of me playing Animal Crossing, which is something that I have really enjoyed during quarantine. It's just a really great de-stressor, and I've had a lot of fun watching people go on dream villager hunts, so I thought I would contribute to that as well. So if you guys are interested, definitely check out those videos too, but rest assured there is plenty more Invisalign content to come. Thanks so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in my next video.